Hello, my name is Angelo Rodriguez, and today I will be doing a quick presentation about my most recent project at VegaFront. VegaFront is an online retail and reselling platform that sells anything from shoes, clothes, electronics, freelance labor, and real estate. I will be discussing the various stages of the project, which starts from completion all the way to the closing of the project. So how do we come up with upgrading our IT infrastructure to a cloud-based platform? VegaFront was fortunate enough to receive a huge demand for online resale and commerce because of COVID restrictions and increasing popularity of online stores like Amazon and eBay. However, with the extra demand and traffic came a lot of extra problems, such as availability issues, slow loading times, and issues processing orders. Cloud computing seemed like the smart way to address this because the costs scale according to how much traffic we get, and Amazon's cloud computing platform has ultra-fast data centers that can reach anywhere in North America. To determine the scope of our project, VegaFront needed to determine what components and systems interacted with data, and after doing that, we needed to essentially copy those systems and modify it into a format understood by the cloud computing infrastructure. The company's IT staff, software engineers, and management were actively involved in this project on the internal side of things. After stakeholders were identified, I charted the project while considering risks, resources, scope overview, and concerns that the main stakeholders had. This next slide encompasses the middle of the project lifecycle. One of the most important aspects of execution was the supply chain management. VegaCorp was purchasing the infrastructure from Amazon, various software for IT staff and project management, and temporarily hired a solutions architect. Updating and following the work breakdown structure laid out the path and tasks that needed to be accomplished. After changes to our existing systems, we went and transferred functionalities and code to the cloud infrastructure. For this task, VegaCorp needed to borrow extra links to the service internet provider to get the transfer done as quickly as possible. Afterwards, every system and end functionality was thoroughly tested to make sure no issues were popping up. After testing was completed, the system was ready to go into production. Throughout the project, the team needed to constantly update management on what was being accomplished to keep them happy. Deadlines were being managed tightly, and any changes to the scope or work being done went through a management process that required approval from the appropriate stakeholders. We also had a risk management plan that properly identified and quantified any major risks that were hanging over the project. After production and our systems went live, we had IT and support from Amazon to make training manuals on how to operate the new cloud systems. We were already seeing large improvements in our availability and speed of our systems. In a later report, outages were determined to be decreased by 95%, which we eventually plan to bring down all the way to 99% after further optimization. Customer satisfaction has been noticeably increased, and we have already established a working relationship with Amazon should we have any future cloud projects we wish to work on. One of the most important lessons learned was to train staff the important underlying concepts of any unfamiliar and especially new fields, such as cloud computing. Many of the staff and management were very unaware of the benefits and how cloud computing is different from traditional in-house IT infrastructure. And that concludes my quick presentation about my cloud computing project. Thank you for listening, and I hope to hear you in the future.